Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. But back to the business. Oh, I forgot where I left off. But I'm gonna pretty much run it down to you like this. When it comes down to the business of trucking, you have your own business. You are truly your own trucking company. You have more freedom besides you have the regulations and all of the things that big business has to follow. Those regulations you are binded by, meaning you have to file your own taxes, you're held accountable for your own records, you have to book your own loads, you're responsible for the repairs and maintenance of your own truck, meaning that you are totally in control of your truck, expenses, and everything. While a lot of people talk negative about this, for me, if you this is something that you truly want to do, that is the best option for you to go. The reason being is because it depends again, and that has a lot to depends on the type of person that you are. I am a I like to take my own have control over my own destiny, my life in my own hands. I like to be able to I know my expenses. I know what will a comfortable amount that I would like to make per week. So I have the ability to get that. If this week I need to grow $6,000, I know exactly when you're leased on or a company driver, they don't know that you're a goal. They don't know what's inside of your head. Nor may it could and may not even be of their concern. That's one of the variables we'll get. I'll discuss that a little bit later on in this video. But as an owner operator, you have the one of the some of the many of the cons of that for me is if I needed to bring home $2,000 this week because I have things that I needed to handle, then I would bring home. I would be able to, I'm sorry, I got a call that threw me off, but I'm not going to answer it. Yeah, I get my phone stay blowing up. Cause and one thing I would tell you, if you are a driver and you keep a good driver license, you will forever have an opportunity to get a job. The opportunities will always be there for you as of now. I don't know what the future may hold for our business, but as of now, if you're in this business, one thing is for sure. If you keep a good driver license, get experience up under your belt, you will always have an opportunity for employment. That's what I need. But back to the basics, so I can, as an owner operator, many of the cons is if, for instance, if I needed $2,000 for whatever reason, my house note is due, or graduation for my kids. See, I know that. I know this week I need that, and I have the ability to look for my own loads and book the amount of money to get there. Say if I want to be my home time, it's literally in my hands. A lot of the problems that you will face dealing with companies are eliminated because you're in total control of yourself. You can book your loads where you want to go. You literally book your own loads. Whatever you negotiate with that broker or that company or whoever you're doing your business with, whoever that you contact with them and negotiate, you get 100% of that, unless you're going through a factory company. Factory companies are simply people that will front you your money for a percentage. You send in invoices, you get paid a lot earlier because a lot of the companies out here may pay 30 days after you send in invoices. And a lot of small businesses may not be able to sustain for 30 days to receive them funds. So factoring companies are companies that will help you assist. Those are one of the things that they do. So if you hear the factoring company, that's pretty much what they do. Uh, while a lot of brokers will give you you can get quick pay with a lot of these shippers and brokers. Quick pay, they pay fast. So with a percentage, everybody, again, this is a business. Everybody wants a piece of what you got. Because it's a myth that drivers make tons of money. That everybody in a truck is rich. You know, those are one of the myths, and everybody wants a piece of your pocket. Now, some of the cons of being an owner operator is you are responsible for your company, meaning that you are responsible for any paperwork, any audits. If your company is audited, you are responsible. That's one of the problems that I'm lacking in this business. I am not a papers man. I am not the business aspect of it. I suffer tremendously. I'm able to get into this truck, book loads, make this truck make as much money as I need to, but the paperwork ain't, the filing, knowing when to file things, when things are due, what I got to do now, the paperwork, the having to get, it's a lot. And especially if you are a very small business, as in 1, 2 trucks, a few trucks where just simply just keeping your trucks running and driving, getting your loads there on time, it's more than you can handle. So trust me, that becomes one of the cons of authority. And a lot of people that are not good with paperwork and not good with those things have problems. And they'll be the ones that'll say they don't want to do owner operator because of that. The business aspect is a mug, so you most definitely have to have a business mind frame to truly be successful, and that's an owner operator. Another con is that usually when you're leased on or you're a company driver, you're not completely, they will, and you have somebody that may be willing to advance needed monies for repairs or blow out tires, the unexpected that happens quite often in the trucking business. You are completely responsible for that as an owner operator. It's on you. You got to do it. So those are some. I mean, I don't want to make this video too long. So those are some of the pros and the cons of owner operator. Now, when you talk about coming out here as a business, understand this is a dog cutthroat business where everything, I mean, understand, it's a dog business. Remember, you're out here running for cents on a dollar. Cents, pennies on a dollar. That's what you're running. Bonuses are usually 1, 2, 3 cents on them pennies that you're already making. So to show you that you can be nickel and dime to death in this business. It's a dog world. And companies know that. Companies have experience and learned this bit. In order to be a successful company, they have mastered the two things that I mentioned in the owner operator. To be a successful big company, they have mastered the ability to run, keep truckers moving, making the gross revenue needed to be sustain and grow their business. And they also were able to handle the business side of the business, meaning paperwork, filing, stuff, and staying up to par in their businesses, in the paperwork, and whatever is needed. So they are learned the game. They know it. They know this business, and they will nickel and dime you to death. If you just look at a lot of reviews, you will hear of drivers complaining how they're mishandled, the accounting, the business side, how the management, because it's a very tricky business. They'll promise you the world because their main objective is to get you in that truck. The moment that they get you to their company, they have already run. They won. That's another tax write-off. The expenses just to get for you to come there was a plus for their company. That's why they offer you free hotels. That's why they offer you free beds. That's why they offer you a lunch. They don't mind thank you for coming because just because you're here now, we get right off. And every penny counts when it comes to business. Even your pennies. Even your pennies. Your pennies count in this business. And the more of your pennies that they can manipulate or trick you out of it, the more of a profit it is for them. So company drivers don't have to worry about maintenance on a truck. They don't have to worry about the responsibility of the business side at all, as far as finding loads, getting compensated for the load, as far as dealing with brokers and negotiating, things of that sort. They don't have to worry about the business aspect of driving the company. They just get in this truck and they have the ability to drive. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And if that's what you're choosing to do, my advice, because I have also worked for several companies, and it is a very doggy dog world. Pay attention, and I've lacked this, but pay attention to detail. Protect yourself at all times. If you are promised something, if it's negotiated, if they're telling you this, get it in writing. While you're not responsible for their business side of it, understand, trucking itself is a business. Trucking is a business. And as a driver of any commercial vehicle, you are, while an employee, you are still conducting your own business. So handle yourself accordingly. So I say, protect yourself. Get things in writing. Play close detail to your settlements, your summary, especially the first several weeks. Ask as many questions as you can, because if they will make mistakes, some unintentionally, some intentionally, some unintentionally, and can be simply corrected once you repeat. But some are intentional, just to see what your business mind frame is in this business. And if you're not, you start with a company and you're just getting in their truck as a company driver and just excited to be in a truck. Especially if you knew out of school, you just getting in, you was in school and you knew out of school, and you just, this is a new opportunity. You can't believe. I know that I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. I've been to the school, but fortunately, I was, from when I graduated school, I was handed a set of keys by my dad, a cab over, directions to where I was going, and been on my own pretty much ever since. So, but I know the excitement of the thrill of getting into it and the adventure, and we get caught, and that's how they get you caught up. The hype. The hype is what gets you, and you're so hype and you're so excited, and you're trying to concentrate on driving and bagging that truck up and getting it into the docks and delivering your loads on time, that you ain't thinking about the business aspect. But I tell you, from the beginning of the point of you getting into a truck, the moment as a company driver that you get into a truck and they send over your first settlements, you want to be able to completely understand what is going on from that point on, because your settlements is the most important thing. No matter who you are, what business side of this you try to choose to take, we're out here for one thing. That's money. We're wanting to get paid for this. I've never met a trucker that's taking loads for free. It just doesn't happen. One of the main focus is your money. That's why you're here. That's why you went through the whole training process. That's why you sweated when you took that when you took your driving exam at the CDL driver's place. Your forehead was sweating and you was nervous and you never felt the fear in there. That's why you went through all that, is to get out here and make some of this big money that you've been hearing is out here in this business. So I would say the most important thing is to know your settlements. Know how you're getting paid, what you're getting paid, if what you're supposed to getting paid is matching up, and familiarize yourself with the way that they are paying. Again, I'm telling you from experience. These are errors that I have made in my business practice that has hindered me from being successful and or getting taken advantage of in this thing called business. Because again, majority of my business practices were with my father. My father was an honest businessman, so I never knew the trickery that could be associated with this thing called trucking business. That is one of the reasons that's making me want to make this video for you. So, with that said, and if you didn't see the first video, you wonder why he's laying up here with no shirt on the operator. Again, I'm on the operator, and as you know, on operators, fuel is our biggest expense. Well, I'm mad it ain't that hot out here. Take a shirt off, open a few windows, get a cool breeze, live to see another day. But yeah. So I would say settlements would be the most important thing to make that, and that's pretty much the only option that you have in relationships. It is okay to build relationships with the people in whom you're working with, because understand, they have your whole life in your hands. You're going to spend weeks, maybe months at a time, different locations, places you're not familiar with no resources, except for the resources that you are able to accumulate for yourself through, again, your settlements, your payments. That is going to be, unless you have a great family support that's able to send you money, you have family all over the country, then if you're one of those, life is great for you. This video not for you. But if you're going to be out here, you're going to be places that you know no one. You're going to be in places that you've never been before. You're going to want food. And trust me, the truck stops, they going to hit you for a pretty penny. It's higher, it's expensive to live out here. You leave, if you have a household where you're living, trust me, the moment you step into a truck, you have just taken on another one. This truck is a house, and it's along with this house come notes, come responsibilities. So know that you will be. So relationships are very important, because if your truck is not rolling, you're not making money. You're not making money. Being out here on this road is not a beautiful thing. It can be one of the greatest things. If you have money, you're able to enjoy yourself. You're able to go get you something to eat. You're able to take showers, buy souvenirs, bring things back to your family. It's a wonderful business. But on the flip side, if you're out here and going to the same route that that person who just was this fabulous life, if you're out here, you're not making any money, they're not keeping your truck rolling, you have a bad relationship with the people you're dealing with, then guess what? You're not going to make any money. You're not going to enjoy the sights. It's not going to be a beautiful place, because you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to get souvenirs. You're taking nothing back home to your family, and it becomes a frustration. And the more that you pull, the bigger the debt you become. So it becomes almost a trap that you're so deep off in, you have no choice but to try to ride this wave all the way out. And what happens to a lot of drivers that get in that situation is they ride this wave out until they drown. They sink, and you will literally, you can go out here thinking that this is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime, and you can literally lose everything in a matter of months. Everything that you thought you were going to upgrade, you can literally lose that in a matter of months. So again,